All right, everyone. As you can see, the reference. I think this was in. It was in Portugal. Another outdoor cafe. Pretty busy. I kind of like the way this girl's sitting. Um, Now, if I look at her, she's kind of fits in a triangle. See how she'll fit right there? All right, so her face is gonna be right here. Here's the other chair. I might even pull that chair out. I love this stuff in the background. She's got this guy back here. I even like this guy right here. She's got her bags next to her. She either waiting for Airbnb to open or, something. There's a store there. But I think that's enough. That's enough. That's all I need. Um, it's not much of a drawing, but it helps. All right, so here we go. Okay, so how am I gonna paint this? I'm gonna keep this pretty simple. I'm gonna lift my brush up. I'm not gonna do much of a drawing. If I do a drawing, it's gonna be very subtle. Now I can see her head's about here. I kind of like it how it's looking off right there. These are her glasses. Now I did do a pencil drawing, but as I go along, I'll do a little bit of a monochromatic drawing with my burnt sienna, and it's a very cheap, warm burnt sienna, very light. It's made by Charvin, but I kind of like it. It's not intrusive. So right there, I'm getting more drawing in. I'm drawing the hair. And I am measuring with my eye. I do measure with the brush. I put the brush right against the screen to get my measurements. Okay. Let's start with, I'll move this closer this way and I'll adjust this as we're going. Okay. All right, so let's get a little closer. This up just for this face. This is a small face. Now, I'm gonna get her big average flesh color down. Okay, now you can see her forehead is lighter than the rest of her. I'm using a new brush, a Princeton Summit. I kind of like the softness. I don't know. You just change. Can't keep using the same stuff over and over. Next week it'll be back to Lang Nichols or Rosemary's. I don't know. Okay, so back to shape to shape. I'm just painting shape to shape. Because I'm not being photorealistic, I don't have to sit here and just overdo it with the accuracy of the drawing. All right, but it has to be close enough that when you look at it, you're like, okay, that's a painting of a girl sitting there. And all those values are fantastic. I'm not trying to get a likeness. I'm just trying to make a painting. I'm trying to make a painting that tells a story. I like how she's sitting here. I like how she's sitting there just looking off. You see her bags there? She has one drink. She's sitting alone. Okay? Kind of like that story. She's waiting for somebody. And she's in Portugal, and if you've ever been to Europe, a lot of people travel alone, young people, looking for their adventure. That's nice. So I am also, what colors am I using? I'm using titanium white, cad yellow lemon, sorry. Yellow ochre, I did that last time. Cad orange, magenta, primary magenta from Blick Studio brand. Just some Winton phthalo blue student grade. And I want student grade, so it's weaker. This burnt sienna from Charvin, really weak. I'm actually using, I'm going to use the ivory black because I keep talking about using ivory black. And also here with another type of brush. See how thin I'm keeping this paint? Keeping it thin. using a regular old board. Yes, I'll go more opaque over her later on. But for now, this is where it goes. Now for this video, I may just finish her and then finish the rest of the painting on my own. We'll see. This will be a long one. If not, I'll have to finish it another day because the light will be different by the time I get to the rest of it. Let's see how fast I am. Okay, you notice I'm picking up my brush. Picking up my brush. It's my thing. It's what I do for now in the beginning. I'm measuring. One thing I'm looking forward to painting on her is her ear. It's nice and red. No details. Nope. That wasn't a good stroke. No details yet. I just love the way her face is making. You got her nose here. Her top lip's making a certain face. That's pretty cool. Squinting down. She has a large forehead, which is nice, but I might cut it back a little bit. It's my painting. I'll do what I want. That's her hair. How high is her ear? Gets a little lighter right there. We'll use the background to carve her a little bit. Her nose doesn't stick out that far. Yeah, there we go. A little bit clearer here. There we go. There's a little bit of warmth where that dark meets a light, especially around your center of interest. You're going to see a little bit of warmth there. Too light, but let's go a little darker. Okay, in the reference, you see it as darker around, but light around from the guy's shirt, but I don't know if I'm going to put that guy in yet. Okay, how high is this ear? The ear is only that high. I'm squinting down. That ear isn't that much darker. Okay, I'm squinting down. make that larger. Go back in there. This is her hair coming in front of her chest. Gets a little lighter. Here's the part I've been looking for. It takes a lot of paint for this. I don't want to go too light. It's actually that little light there. I love that. I live for that. Okay, I do these, I wouldn't say I'm using an expensive board, not using a cheap board, but using something that I'm not too worried about spending money on. Up, go bigger if I can. All right, so what I'm doing here is just, I went bigger, I went fast, but this is too much. And like these edges here could be soft. Soft. There's actually even a little earring right there. I'll get back to that. Okay, how light is that? It's a little bit too big. It makes her look like her lips coming out, even though it kind of looks that way, but it's fine. We'll fix it later. Okay. Her dress, measuring, that's about right there. Yeah, pretty good first guess. You know, if you trace this, then you're getting something that's almost not a painting sometimes. You got to be careful with the tracing. Got to free yourself up. But cheaters are leaders. What do I mean by that? Is do whatever it takes to get these paintings done. Okay, so I'm going a little crazier here. Now, I am not going to put that guy in the background. He's just not important enough. I'm using different pressure. Different pressure. Okay, now her hair gets darker. I'm probably going to give her a little bit of a sloped nose. She's not American, she's a Northern European, so I give her a little bit of a sloped nose there instead. There's a little bit of her chest shows right there. Still not light enough. See the gradient? And then here's the shoulder. Lifting that brush up. Getting the top of the hair to show a little bit. There we go. All right. just to show. Okay, so what did I do? Forgot to turn the camera on. I put a light here. This is still her hair, still not done. Uh, the guy's going right here, but other parts of this painting are gonna make that. And I made this brown here, but the brown has a little bit of a green to it, cooler. Push it back. I'm trying to keep any hard edges out of there. I did go a little tighter around her face, and I did actually use this large brush right there. See how that helps right there? It just pops her face out. And I put this warmth right here, some straight magenta right around her hair. You get some nice darks. There we go. And remember her, I'm measuring, but I measure with my eye. This is the bottom of her seat. I'm gonna make her legs a little bit darker. Gotta bring the dress here. And we're gonna go a little lighter, like right there, right there. So this is like a poster or something back there. You know, it just, all these values relate, right? Squint down in this area, they all come together, but they're different values, different colors and different temperatures, slight, but they all relate, okay? They all have something back that brings them back there. See, I'm going softer and blending it in, so she's starting to really stick out there. That's really nice. Okay, back to her shoulder here. Warming up my brown. Nice thing around there. Okay, this shoulder I treated actually a little bit colder than this one. Why? Because it's farther back. I want it to go back and softer. And if you could see that edge there on that color that's going around it, it's too of a halo. There we go. So let's get some clean flesh right here. So there's more light here. Right here. All right, let me clean this area right there. This stuff is tough, don't get me wrong. Going a little orangier right here as it comes this way. This is soft. You could see she has a tan right there. Let's do her watch. Hopefully she doesn't get it stolen by any pickpockets. I'm just telling a story. Don't get mad if I got any European fans there. A little bit of light there, that's not enough. There we go. Still not enough. All right. Let's get this here. As I finish this painting and move around the painting, you start to see, oh, you need this, you need that. These little light areas, don't make them too bright if they're not that important. Squint down. And there we go. All right. Going back to this side. Killing the chroma a little bit, and the value's too dark though. Okay, and then let's really get some. Trying to mix on the palette, but we're closer here. All right, now I'm going to go back to doing some drawing. Okay, the post is here. C post, it turns this way. This one comes down here. This is her body. This is one of the legs here. It stops about right there. Something here. We'll make that about right there. That's about right here. About right there. So then she has all these bags. It's pretty cool. It's pretty nice. Top of her thigh here. Let's see. It's the bottom of her foot. You can see the bottom. I'm looking at the negative space between the back of the foot and this leg. Boy, you see how everything just works out. There's a couple of let's get this in. Okay, get a little lighter. There. Softer there. This turns right there. Yeah, this is just one way of painting. Only one way of painting this. Boy, that Charvan paint worked out pretty well. This is exciting, isn't this? Let's see. We can go in a little bit more. I think that makes her head look a little better here. Then we can soften this edge. See this edge, how hard it is? Not all of it has to be that hard. Her hair is nice and long, but it's all softer there. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, look at how light I'm mixing for the dress in here. Keeping it pretty light. I'm gonna make my darks the folds, the very dark color. There's a lot of light. She's outside. It looks like she's under something or it's overcast. There isn't direct sunlight on her, so, but there's a lot of ambient light on her. So you're seeing light on her dress. You're seeing a light color. Now I'm painting this negative shape here. I'm not painting the bars. And it's giving me the shape I want. Now this wonderful blue, I got to move it around up here. There we go. Okay, no halos, but we're going to come back and paint that post. Okay, let's go a little darker. Here's the weight of her body. That's a soft edge. Weight of her body against that post. Then you can see it gets a little darker here. These are some folds. I'm not going to put in every fold. It does get a little darker here. We'll make it a little darker there. I went a little large, but it's okay. And I'll put some whites in. That's so cool. There's the bun. Okay. Move this over just a little bit. Everything's holding everything else. The reason why is I want to paint around her. Okay. Get this right. And I can see better too. Okay, this stuff isn't important, so let me just soften that out. I'm gonna go with a gray. Let's warm it up though. Temperature. That guy's right there. Brown. This is the table. There's a sign here. Nothing straight. Remember, nothing straight in Europe. Okay? When it comes to the buildings. If you're in an old section, nothing's really straight. Go to some of the new ones. They're just like the United States. Okay, we'll cover these up later, or do we cover them up now? How do we cover them up? You just take a tissue and do that. You can just bang it a little bit. Okay, soften an edge there. This edge could go away a little bit more, right? This can go that way. Let her hair. That's better. This is a sign. Lights against darks. There's a sign there. And I'll start that other guy right here. He's kind of even with her, but we might even reduce him. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. It's fun to paint with, not much of a drawing. Okay, here we go. Um, let's see, I need my wonderful Charvan burnt sienna. I don't know why I like it. It's not the greatest. And this brush right here is ready to go. I don't have an edge on it. I'll use it for some other things. All right. Here's this arm. Okay, now I was gonna go darker. That'll be a darker, not too hard because it looks like she has a 5 o'clock shadow. Okay, I was gonna darker on the legs. How much darker? Just a half a value to a value darker right there. That's the value I was gonna go. Why? Is I want your attention here. And I'm going to get lighter here. But to do that, I have to make this darker for myself. Her skin's redder here. Redder there. Okay, now her hand isn't that important. Okay. It's there. We don't have to put in every little knuckle and finger. And that's enough for now. We'll get some more in there. I'm gonna start moving really quickly with this painting. We have this cast shadow here on her thigh. You know what, even though I started using black, it just bugs me sometimes. I don't like it. Thinking about my drawing. Okay, this foot might get a little more light. Okay, what's the softness of this edge here? Okay, see how my attention's staying there? So let's get this all covered. Oops, that's so light. If I sound weird, it's because I am holding my breath when I do paint. Sorry. And I do like this light right here. A little hint of warmth. And we're still gonna work on her legs a little bit and get the lights that we need. Okay, this looks odd right here. Why? Because it's not surrounded by anything else other than that dark. We'll get it. Put some more paint there. Now this other leg is here when it gets darker. See that white right there? Boo. No good. No good. You know what I'm looking forward to painting on this is the bags. I love those bags. I love painting bags like that. It's just one of those weird things. Could I have used some different colors, like say a cad red? Yeah, it would just give it a different look, just a different color scheme, you know, but otherwise it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go a little darker. This is my dark of this chair. That edge is a little hard there, but I kind of do like it. Well, how's this? I like the value. Let's make this harder. And let's make this softer. There we go. That helps. Then this chair's got some lights on it. Lift that brush, Jerry. Lift that brush. Even this chair is going light to dark. Okay, squinting down. I did make her legs darker, but this chair could be darker in some other areas. Why? Just so it separates from her legs a little bit more. That's her hair. We're gonna go do something different with her hair here. There we go. We're gonna keep this soft like that. Maybe find an edge there. Find an edge there. There we go. Then we'll put a stronger edge in there like that. That's the sign. Go with a little blue right there. All this is just abstraction. Abstraction. Now we're going to go a little bit lighter on the dress for some of these highlights that are hitting the folds. Lift it up. Now, even though I said use these student grade like phthalo and black just to get used to them, but once you start getting the hang of it and you start, you know, migrate to the good stuff. So I'm painting all these negative shapes in. Don't want to leave any white. I'll repaint some of this other stuff. That's cool. There we go. Our head's sticking out. You know what? I'm going to go a little lighter on top of right here to really have it stick out. There we go. See how much nicer that is? Darks against lights. Darks against lights. Darker with those thighs. Some edges are going to be softened. A little bit softer here. What makes it softer? The values closer together, right? So if the values are close, or very close in value, you're going to see softer edges. If there's a contrast, you're going to see harder edges. And you might say, well, on your canvas, I see some contrast, but between a light and a dark. But if you really look at it, there's a lot of values in between where it's smudged. Those smudged areas are also causing some of the softness. Now I'm losing some edges, softening some things. My dog is making a noise. I don't like that color. Okay, this does get darker here. Hair has a form. It has volume, just like clouds. Okay, there's planes there, and that shows form. See, just a little bit, just a little bit. You don't need every little detail, just enough. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to clean this palette. And then I get to do those bags. I've been looking forward to that. I know it's a weird thing, but it's what I look forward to. And here's the strap. Here's the side. It comes off this way, comes this way. Here's the strap to that. It's the bags. Seeing where that chair foot ends, it does end there, so this comes down farther. I love that shape. Let's see. Oops. And this is going to be that table. Squinting down, all I'm doing is looking at that football shape there. And now I'm going to find that angle. That angle's right here, the top of the table. And I love how the top of the table mixes in. It makes this beautiful still life with the chair. That's pretty cool. We'll put that other chair there. It goes off that way. Then we have this cool still life that I'm going to work on. I can't wait. Okay, here we go. Let's see, I need my wonderful Charvan burnt sienna. I don't know why I like it. It's not the greatest. This brush right here is ready to go. I don't have an edge on it. I'll use it for some other things. All right. Here's this arm. Okay, now I was gonna go darker. That'll be a darker, not too hard because it looks like she has a 5 o'clock shadow. Okay, I was gonna darker on the legs. How much darker? Just a half a value to a value darker right there. That's the value I was gonna go. Why? Is I want your attention here. And I'm going to get lighter here. But to do that, I have to make this darker for myself. Her skin's redder here. Redder there. Okay, now her hand isn't that important. Okay. It's there. We don't have to put in every little knuckle and finger. That's enough for now. We'll get some more in there. I'll start moving really quickly with this painting. We have this cast shadow here on her thigh. You know what? Even though I started using black, it just bugs me sometimes. I don't like it. Thinking about my drawing. Okay, this foot might get a little more light. Okay, what's the softness of this edge here? Okay, see how my attention's staying there? So let's get this all covered. Oops, not so light. If I sound weird, it's because I am holding my breath when I do paint. Sorry. And I do like this light right here. A little hint of warmth. And we're still gonna work on her legs a little bit and get the lights that we need. Okay, this looks odd right here. Why? Because it's not surrounded by anything else other than that dark. there. Now this other leg is here when it gets darker. Okay. See that white right there? Boo. No good. No good. You know what I'm looking forward to painting on this is the bags. I love those bags. I love painting bags like that. It's just one of those weird things. Could I have used some different colors, like say a cad red? Yeah, just give it a different look, just a different color scheme, you know, but otherwise it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go a little darker. This is my dark of this chair. Just a little hard there, but I kind of do like it. Well, how's this? I like the value. Let's make this harder. And let's make this softer. There we go. That helps. Then this chair's got some lights on it. Lift that brush, Jerry. Lift that brush. Even this chair is going light to dark. Okay, I'm squinting down. I did make her legs darker, but this chair could be darker in some other areas. Why? Just so it separates from her legs a little bit more. That's her hair. We're gonna go do something different with her hair here. There we go. We're gonna keep this soft like that. Maybe find an edge there. Find an edge there. There we go. Then we'll put a stronger edge in there like that. That's the sign. Go with a little blue right there. All this is just abstraction. Abstraction. Now we're going to go a little bit lighter on the dress for some of these highlights that are hitting the folds. Lift it up. Now, even though I said use these student grade like phthalo and black just to get used to them, but once you start getting the hang of it and you start, you know, migrate to the good stuff. So I'm painting all these negative shapes in. Don't want to leave any white. I'll repaint some of this other stuff. That's cool. There we go. Our head's sticking out. You know what? I'm going to go a little lighter on top of right here to really have it stick out. There we go. See how much nicer that is? Darks against lights. Darks against lights. Darker with those thighs. Some edges are going to be softened. A little bit softer here. What makes it softer? The values closer together, right? So if the values are close, or very close in value, you're going to see softer edges. If there's a contrast, you're going to see harder edges. And you might say, well, on your canvas, I see some contrast, but between a light and a dark. But if you really look at it, there's a lot of values in between where it's smudged. Those smudged areas are also causing some of the softness. Now I'm losing some edges, softening some things. My dog is making a noise. Does get darker here. Hair has a form. It has volume, just like clouds. Okay. There's planes there, and that shows form. See, just a little bit, just a little bit. You don't need every little detail, just enough. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to clean this palette. And then I get to do those bags. I've been looking forward to that. I know it's a weird thing, but it's what I look forward to. And here's the strap. Here's the side, comes off this way, comes this way. Here's the strap to that. Here's the bags. Seeing where that chair foot ends, it does end there. So this comes down farther. I love that shape. Let's see. Oops. And this is gonna be that table. Squinting down, all I'm doing is looking at that football shape there. And now I'm going to find that angle. That angle's right here, the top of the table. And I love how the top of the table mixes in. It makes this beautiful still life with the chair. That's pretty cool. We'll put that other chair there. Off that way. Then we have this cool still life that I'm going to work on. I can't wait. Okay, let's see. All right, so I was going to put the guy in here. I'm going to do that still life. And if you look at my reference, I'm going to show you the size right now compared to the painting. It's small. I'm keeping it pretty small. I don't want it too big. It's just, it cuts down on what I see. I want to see less. Okay? Sounds crazy, but that's me. That's how I want it. That's all that matters. It's what I want. All right, so let's see. I do see something. Oh, just a touch of that right there. And this is a loose, simple painting. I mean, I'm not out for a ton of details. You could do that. It's up to you. But I'm not out for that. Okay, the top of this table is facing the sky, so it's got more light. Okay. More light. And as you can see, there's objects on this table that are leaving reflections because, why? The table has a reflective surface. And there's a lot of yellows, sun's getting in there. It's because the sun's coming in and out. There's some yellows. Like there's this side of this napkin dispenser. There's some of the table reflecting into it, but it's a little bit darker. There's some really high highlights right there. Then it goes a lot lower right here. It's a good edge because that's a metal object. And then we have pure white right here. And then there's a bowl that's kind of like a gray yellow, like that. And then this part gets white, lighter as it goes this way on the side. Sorry for yelling. And then on top it gets white because it's catching a lot of light. And then there's a little bit of a gray, warm gray, just right there. That's the inside of that bowl. And then the bottom of that bowl, there's that. There we go. And then I see all this is just the shapes. I don't see anything else but shapes. And then there's a green thing. See, I don't even care what it is. I don't care what kind of object it is. I don't want to know. All I want to know is what shape is it. I don't want an emotional, I don't want that type of connection to it. All I want to know is that it's shape. Okay? We don't have to know that. It's not important. Okay? Not yet. Well, you'll see there's times when you have to do that. And this is just one-way painting. You'll see others. Now, these two little bowls are lower than this white one. So it's receiving more light than this one because we're not looking in that one. These are lower, so we're able to look in those a little bit more. And they're just intense little things. See, I didn't even paint them. Why? Because I'm about to paint what's around it to get that shape. And hopefully my brush has the edge I need. There we go, that's pretty good. And then I want some more yellow right there. All right. I'm going to throw some more, God, I love painting that still life, it's awesome. Throw some more white here. It's white right there. And then there's a glass of, it looks like there was a lemon in there. So we have to make sure we got enough paint here. So there. Now, that glass, is it a certain color? Not really. What it is, it's the colors of what's, because it's clear, it's the colors of what's behind it. First, let's get this. This is, that's the can. This is the top of the can. I made it too high, but it's okay. That's the can. And a dark top on this napkin dispenser. There's even some worms in there. I like that little still life. And there's a reflection here. Now see how that's reflected lighter on that side and this side's a little darker? Because this side is darker of the bowl, so it's reflecting a little darker. And then there's a little lighter right there. A little lighter right there. Squinting down. Kind of a grayer color there. And then I see a much darker brown right here. Right there. And right here. Let's go lighter right there. That's cool. Oh, it's so much fun. There we go. And then I got this background too. I just squinted down. What is this shape doing? Notice how soft I kept it? Let it go soft. This is the glass. Now that glass isn't very dark, and it's not very light either. There's some of that there. I see what I did wrong. Totally painted this wrong. Do I wipe it out or leave it? Let's see. Do I wipe it out or leave it? I'm gonna wipe it out. Wipe it out. Let's get that in there. Okay, that's the cup. Let's go a little wider with this thing. Wider, not lighter. Let's put this dark here. I think that might be it. And then this can goes more that way. It's closer to that. There's a little something of like that right there. Get some more white. Okay, let's give this lid a okay, I know you don't see it. That's, I just wanted to move that can over just a little bit. Oh, nope. There we go. And we got this glass. That glass can go a little lighter right here. Oh, lighter in value. little bit of a lemon in there. There's a thing of yellow. And we can go even lighter. Okay. And, oops. This is darker here. Let's just make this a simple dark shape. Make that flatter. Okay, that's the still life. Let's get up. Dark right there. I want another dark right there. Yep, holding my brush a little too tight, too close towards the edge. Boo on me. Call it farther back, get a lot more done. Get the right value, the right, okay, that can go a little lighter. Why? It's a little smaller. All right, there we go, that's pretty good. And I'm using some new brushes that are very narrow. It's, what matters is how it looks together, all together, when you step back. Okay, so you're not going to see the palette, but you're going to see me paint the chair. And like I said, I've got a small reference open. It's not too big. It's not too big. I mean, you look at it and you say it's not too small. Now, when I look at this chair, I see overall when I squint, I see kind of a regular one big value. But when I open my eyes, I could see things get different colors. And it gets a little yellower here. Okay. And then it gets a little redder here. It's kind of, see, that's the wrong value though. Wrong value. A little redder here. Squint down, you're trying to keep that as close as you can. I'm connecting the chair value to this value. The only thing that may separate it is this yellow here. I might go a little yellower there and a little redder right here. Okay. And then, that's the upper part of the chair, but then I think it gets a little darker down here. And there's some violets in there because this is, even though this is brown, there's some violets in it. Part of that is things bouncing in there. Let me get my amazing Charvin burnt sienna. All right. I believe in just using whatever paint you want. Well, at first you want to just want some consistency in your practice, okay? Even though I just use different brands, I'm trying different things. For me, it's fun. I got to make this fun for me, otherwise it's going to drag. And you don't want it to be a drag, do you? And then we can get some, see that, a little more violet. Squint way down. See how that chair looks almost like it's one value? I'm getting kind of close. Kind of close. Close enough. How's that? And I'm not into... And notice I keep saying that. You're like, wow, he keeps saying that. Why does he shut up with that? I'm not into all those details, because if I don't say that, then I'm going to put them in, because I'm going to sit there and just, render. I don't want to do that. This is the arm. It gets darker. It gets darker more in the dark values. And I'm going to explain it with another, well, actually, if you just look up anything with values on here, you'll see where I explain how I do my values for a painting. I never think of light, shadow. I do think about it as how I want you, what I want you to see when you're looking at the painting. I mean, I want you to think of light if it's a sunny scene, right? Or if there's any light. It could be a very dark room. Okay, I'll shape that a little bit more. But what I'm working from a photo, I'm thinking of values. Like this right here. On the video, I looked at, as I look at the video, it looks very broken, and it is. There's just too much going on here. This all needs to get solidified. Okay, you see how that helps? And it needs to be cooler than anything here. So it goes back and softer. Okay? And I'm losing some of my washiness, which is I love, but for the sake of the painting being done correctly, I gotta keep it simple. See, I got too much. See, that's helping. Oh, I'm sorry. See how I flatten that out? Let's move this here. We'll just look at the painting. So I flattened this area out, as you saw. And let's see if I could do some of this. Helps. That helps a little bit. Might be a little more chroma in here with the reds, just to give it some life. And let's get this rest of this table in. These are the legs. Gets really narrow. And I'm not too worried about getting too dark because it isn't that dark down there. I'm gonna go over that with light. Okay, scrape it off. That yellow is dry, even though you can't really see it. I love this cadmium lemon. Cadmium lemon from Gamblin. Gives me the oomph. And, I just like using different colors. It's just who I am. Okay, so I'm making a lighter value for the chair, as you could see. And let's just go right here. Now you can really see it. And if you saw how I was painting, you'd laugh because the reason you would laugh and say the only reason you hold your brush farther back is so you wouldn't have the camera in your way. Kind of. I think there's a little bit pink right here. Right on, look at that, that's fun. And we'll put the bottom of the chair, and you know what? I'm gonna make the bottom of the chair a little bit lighter. Why? It's just so it looks like it's a different plane. Doesn't that sound good? These chairs are kind of coppery. See, this is too much orange right there, but I kind of like, I like the broken color right here. Oh, it breaks up there, but we'll have some better shots later. Okay, so that's the chair. Chairs like this and like bicycles, oh man, they're tough. I've learned just do it. Just paint them. Just get them done and over with. This one is dark. There's a couple of them. That's gonna go away. Now I'm gonna put I was gonna put these chairs in, but I don't think it needs it. You like that sound? All right, I'm gonna clean my palette a little bit. Those are sounds that I make when I'm thinking. Picked it up from art directors that I work with. They would make weirdest sounds when they're on the phone talking to you, making their life career changing decisions on if if they should use a person of color or just have them all mixed race, or is it apples or oranges? You know, I'm not kidding you. It's just that, you know, and I understand, you know, it sounds frivolous to us, but there's a big decision. They're spending a lot of money on TV commercials. So they would make these weird little noises that I have sadly picked up. I hope I'm not talking crazy too much, but this is how I talk to myself when I paint. Really loud. I annoy the heck out of people, and I like it. There's my white. Put this here. Okay. Let's do this. There we go. See that nice edge? There we go. Just loosen some of it. Yay. All right, so now I'm gonna do the background behind the chair. Okay. All right, you know what? I had to go look at a video of what blue I was using. I switched from that phthalo blue to, I think, ultramarine a little bit too. And I was like, why is that blue not the same blue? There we go. There we are. Now we're getting a dark. What I do sometimes use the ultramarine blue for is I get my color my blue more vibrant. So let's look right here. So if I take my blue and put white in there, it's that value. But if I take my ultramarine, that's ultramarine blue, with white, that's it. And if I do that with a little bit phthalo blue, it makes it a different blue. See, it pushes the chroma a little bit. And part of that is because it has violet in it, okay? If you put a light color into your white, into your mixture, you put the color above. That's coming. If you put a dark, you put the one below. See, this got two. Now, I'm putting vibrancy near her. Why? Because I want your eye to go to her, okay? I just added green to this. I'm putting contrast and vibrancy. I want your eye to go right to her. I don't want it to go anywhere else. So I'm putting some vibrant colors in here. Whoa, what did I do? You know, I was looking at the reference and just painting. See how I wiped that out? God, that was so bad. You guys should yell at me. See how I'm adding vibrancy to this? I want her to stick out. Oops, dirty brush. Ooh, let's clean that up. Okay. Even this area, I want to get a little more vibrancy. And I was waiting for it to dry a little bit just to get that light on there. That's the fun part. All these shapes, darks against lights. Okay, because I'm still gonna work all this, but let me do the behind the chair. Let's see. has a certain type of color and value. There's a warmth, a yellowness. Wow, okay, I was wrong there. This chair is only this high. See that? So I gotta fix that. There we go. That is better though. I like that better. And I'm going to scrape off this brown. Okay. That's the bad thing about using cheap colors like this. They're not very strong. So don't forget that. And I had certain colors connected to this. Get a nice edge on my brush. Like my sound effects. There's a little violet there, here and there, just to break it up. Let's go with a nice dark violet. My dog's making a lot of noise chewing. Bone, that side of the table. Okay, this blue, this light little thing, it does have something underneath it that's got some blue. Half tones right there. So I'm not a detail painter, as you can tell. Let's put this here. Okay, this, why doesn't those brush strokes show up? It's because it's the same value. Okay, mixing outside. Okay, this is perspective. I'm going to change this perspective to flat. It's going to be flat. Why do I do that from the photo? Because I can do whatever the heck I want. I don't know if you're from a place where you could do whatever you want, but I could do whatever I want. No one tells me what to do when it comes to my art. Unless, of course, you're my mentor. I'll give you that. Or I respect your opinion. Some people think they just have to paint what's in the photo. The photos are, this photo is terrible. It's always wrong. I have to go off of years of what I know, my knowledge of working from life. So the light's hitting here, and it's darker down here, and there'll be some reflective light later on. See how this value is very close, but not. And I'm working on a white board, so I got to get all those little white things. The lightest thing should be that. All this white has to be covered. That's going to be the guy. So what can we do for that window? We can go like this. Keep it mid-tone for now. Some of it has to get darker. Maybe we get away from that up. There we go. Pointing to her, see that? Bringing attention to her. Bringing attention to her, but I'll soften one of these edges. That's all that matters. A lot of good artists, great artists, better than this, doing amazing cityscapes. Amazing. Just so you know, everybody's better than me. Everybody. Okay, I'm squinting down and I am grouping my darks together. Kind of building a frame around her. So your eye just goes there. See how these bags aren't important? Let's do a little bit of a break out edges. I would have liked to have finished this painting in one go, but I just didn't have the time. The light changed because I started late in the day. But we'll get this done today. I still want to use that light there, but I broke it down a little bit. A little lighter. A little darker, I mean. Darker in value. Just to bring attention to her. Do I make it warm? Warmish. Palette's getting a little crazy, but it's okay. Everything I want it, every brush stroke I want to put down, I want it to be correct. I want it to enhance the painting. Oh, I love that chair. Okay. Little things. Not out for perfection. I'll put another chair right there. Not even thinking. Not even really thinking about it. Just going for it. If you're the person who goes tight, go tight. But make sure it reads like it belongs there. Not like you put it in there because the photo has it in there. Make sure it works with the figure. Now when I look at this, okay, I step back because I wasn't, actually, I want to go darker with this area. Watch this chair start to really pop out. Okay. Let's go darker. This chair's going to pop out better. There we go. And we'll get that. one sketch. All right, so our eye goes this way. We do want it to stop. Where does it stop? So it goes this way. I'm bringing that, why that right there? I want your eye to go this way, but I want this to bring it back that way, if that works. I'm gonna have to clean my palette off soon. There we go. Now, this camera's right in front of me. When I put it down, move it, and really look at this painting, you're gonna see some things change. And I'll do that because I'll push it to the side a little bit when I go to a finish. I don't like that at all. That's better. Just like some of these edges are just a little bit too crazy. There we go. All right, so I was talking about some of the brick right here. Some of the brick right there. Because this guy's going to be right here, and I'm actually going to darken him also. Yeah, this painting's, it's fun, but it's too bad it had to dry a couple of days. I had to go teach in Scottsdale, which I love. Yeah, this stuff's got it all. There we go. Is it too much vertical? Might be. Oh, let's do this. This shape right there hopefully holds her eyes right there. I love that hard edge right there. Let's see if we can get a hard edge right here. Bam, see that? Tension went right to her. I know we might talk about how edge should be, but it should move the eye. So her legs were made darker. This isn't a detail painting. I mean, I don't have to do this, but I'm gonna put one little light here just to make it look like it's part of her shoe. And then I'll shape this foot a little bit. I love painting feet like this. It's cool. Now this could go together. Bring those shapes together. Am I keeping the drip together? Am I keeping the drip together? The bead. Don't ask me what that is yet. All right, I'm gonna take a second and we'll put this guy in. He's gonna be off, smaller. And I'll work on that edge. Ooh, this is ugly. Oh, maybe not. Let's see. This is a lighter. Just keep going right here. Grade that out a little bit and then bring in some color because that's not important this far. Let's get it back there. And ooh, I like that. I like that. The light, the center light, I think this is center light right here. And that's where the light's hitting. directly. We'll feed it that way. We're gonna put some grays down here, some cools. We have to do some turning values right here because the paint's dry. Little things here and there. My little brush strokes. All right, we'll leave that for now. I'm gonna clean my palette and we're gonna put in this guy. And then we'll put in some architectural elements, more of them. All right, so let's hit this guy. Get my brushes ready. We're gonna make them smaller, darker. Let them go away. I'm going to make sure I have my white here. You can see everything on the palette. Ooh, listen to that sound. I'm going to paint very fast because I'm running out of light. Running out a lot of light. Now, think about it. 1/4 inch for the frame. So even though I want to, he's not important. I don't want him where the frame may go if I ended up framing this. Okay, always give yourself a 1/4 inch bleed. Okay? Give yourself that bleed. Oh man, I'm getting used to this brush here. It's just, okay, I'm squinting down. He's got sunglasses on. He's looking down at his phone. And as you can see, I wiped down on this side over here. Oh, you can't see it. Never mind. You might have saw it earlier. I wiped out the window on the left side. I didn't like it. Like I said, this guy's not important. Make him not important. What makes him not important? He is leaning down some more, but I kind of like that. You don't see him as much. And he's got a certain type of pants on. Because I'm using a certain type of palette, I'm restricted to what I can use for the colors I want. Sounds weird, but I mean, you get, because you might use the same palette, you get used to using certain colors, right? So this isn't my regular palette. So I don't know about those colors that I would have used for something like khaki color. I probably would have used my burnt umber a little bit more for this distance. And then he's got some shoes on. Boom, okay. Now, if I'm used to using the burnt umber, how do I solve that? Well, what you could do is mix a burnt umber. Something close to a burnt umber. As close as you can get. I think it's these three right here. Okay. Then I could add it in. Oh, I Separate his legs, we gotta go darker. Okay, the way I'm holding the brush gives it a different type of feel to it. All right, so now I'm gonna go and pull back here. Here's my favorite brush in all the world. I'm used to this thickness. You can see the difference. I do paint holding farther back, but I also look for brushes that have a weight, that they're not too heavy. Getting old here, my shoulders. Oh, okay. So what am I mixing? I'm mixing a stone color. It's that stone that I see there, and actually it's kind of warm. Let me make this all flat. Put some of that green in there. And you might be asking, well, that's not what you planned. Well, guess what? Just changed. And then with the window, I might go this way. Put the window right here. And then I'll use the darkness to carve out this chair a little bit. And I gotta get some darker color here. What do I use to make darker? Let me get my colors. I was using the phthalo to get darker. Student grade, so I know go a little. There we go. I think some of this color right here, warm it up a little bit. So if you see what I did, I framed her out. No, this is too intense. Same value. Just playing with things. All right, so then now I'm gonna put down a lot of white. Why? Because I'm going to repaint this bottom down here. Actually, I could use this. And I want some more. I'm gonna clean up some of my edges here. Now, excuse me, just spilled some linseed oil. So see these little lights here? I still have to touch this bag up. I'll get rid of those lights. Break up an edge. This has to look more like the stone. He's not important. See, it looks like a guy with glasses. That's all that matters. Get her face locked down there. What are these shapes right here? Just me having fun. Soften that, and we're gonna put some darks down for the Okay, find the perspective, find the perspective. And part of it is finding this. Let's find this chair. I pushed the chroma on this chair a little bit. Why? It's because it just sticks out a little bit more. And I'll have to go back and work it a little bit. Set that table, oops. That could be cut off there. Let's do some lines. Oh, you know what? I'm not. I'm gonna go in and paint this bag a little bit. Just go crazy. A little bit of this. And then, because this, I don't want your eye just go in there. Put a little bit of that in there. Bleeds off. Bleeds off, bleeds off. All right, I'm definitely not done with this. I'll take another look. Or I might even do some more darks there just to bring them out. Boom, boom. Get a little more action in that boom. Kind of like there's some lettering here. This I want flatter. Maybe darker this way. I still got to stand. I haven't stood back, but see how I just simplified the background some more? And then we gotta, let's go a little lighter here and there, a little warmer. Let's get this bag standing out a little bit more. You just doesn't have to super read bag. It just has to be. And some people, you know, different styles, like I said, different styles. And I might come back and do that. All right, so because I'm keeping it simple, pulling this out a little bit, back there, and a little bit here, and a little bit there. And this is gonna read right there. What I don't like is the hand right here. I don't like all that. No, I'm just getting messy. You guys could see that too. Boo. All right, I'm gonna clean my palette. It's going nice and fast. Woohoo! Look at that, I like that. Let's move some of that here. Let's just move some of this yellow throughout. Go down. I could fix that nose easily. Now I'm just having fun, breaking things up. And I'm gonna wash my hands right now. Okay, I got my rubber tool. Let's see if this works. You might not be able to see that too much. Let's see. How do I want these lines? That's pretty cool. There we go. That brought in. That's because that was wet. You want to know something? I like that, but I don't like those lines. There we go. Okay, we can't do too much of that, but we could do some of this. I could apply it. It's crazy what you could do. Where's my white? I'm gonna clean up her face a little bit where I got a little smudge right there, which is fine. This doesn't bother me. Actually, I think I like it. Give the face some life. Some much needed life. Okay. Grab one more thing. A little bit. Okay, I know the palette looks crazy. I probably shouldn't even be showing you this. Go. Get that thick enough. Get this thick enough. Let's get this a little bit more form. There we go. One orange there. And took out a lot of that brown that was there. And let's do the lines in the street, the ground. Do I like that? Not bad. That goes there. And you don't have to do every line, only some of them. Just make it look like they all connect. See, that doesn't connect. This one does. Soften them a little bit. Maybe put down an edge. Let's see where the light's coming from. So it'd be right there. Go with that. Go with the light instead. To hold your eye in, right there too. And let's see, let's get a little bit more color. We're gonna get a different color in her hair because I think it kind of got lost. Go. So this painting, why did I want to paint this? Well, part of it is because I remember my wife saw this and she goes, "You don't remember this couple? They were fighting because they couldn't find their Airbnb, so they stopped while her husband walked around and looked for the Airbnb because it was reading somewhere around there." And we were going through so many fights on this trip because of that, because it just didn't work in Portugal. And we ended up getting it. But it was nice, you know, nice to see someone else fight than just us. And they fought. She took a break while he walked around. She was tired of walking. Believe me, we were tired too. We just walked the Camino. We just did the Camino, so this was the extended part of our trip. Part of the Camino, the Portuguese way. And it was nice to take a break, but you get tired looking for carrying your luggage, your backpack, and looking for, oh, I know what I forgot to do, and looking for your Airbnb while your Wi-Fi doesn't work. That's a hard one. All right. There we go. I think I like that. Just soften these this way. Now I think I do need a darker shade. Let's bring this chair out a little bit more. We'll do it with this color here. Then I gotta put some of this here so it balances out there. I guess. That's what they tell me. And she's at a cafe. It's just, you know, tons of cafes in Portugal, places to sit. Tons of tourists, including myself. Lots and lots of people. Do I recommend it? Yes. Beautiful, beautiful place. And I think the Airbnbs are all being bought by outside investors, which is not bad. Or is it not good? And let's get this edge lost there. It's not important. Make this a little bit even there. And then I'm going to grab a bigger brush and just kind of soften some things. Finger's the best thing in the world. Ask Raphael. Put some more down here. Same value though. Gotta get the same value. That's at the same value. That's better. That's it. Try not to show that hand. This dark right here is just going to make it look like it's part of everything else. There we go. Or is it? It's not important. All right. I think. Oh, I like that. Let's get rid of some of these legs. Let's get rid of some of these bags. Let's see. Let's get rid of part of that. There. Nice abstraction. Great. And I'll work on it probably a little bit on my own just to see where it goes. I think I'm going to have to let this dry and let this chair come out a little bit more. Bring that edge there. Hopefully that guy goes back far enough. Right? But if you look at the reference, it's not the same thing. Now, would have been better if she was not in the center? Would she have been better here and the guy there? I don't know. I don't think so. This looks like she's looking beyond something. There's nothing here. She's really waiting for that boyfriend to find that Airbnb. She does. This is the tourism. This is the action. She doesn't want part of the action. She wants to get into her room. That's the story. Where's my Airbnb? This painting should be called. Can't find my Airbnb. That's should it be. I could see how I'm going to start touching this up here and there, where I'm going to touch it up. I'm going to lose some edges some more. But it's going to be fun. I'm actually even going to put a darker edge. But right now we're a little bit too wet. And we'll go from there. But it's nice abstracted type painting. I'm having fun with it. You guys might not care for it, but I do. And I'll bounce some more color here and there. And all I do is just, if I have this and I want to make something warmer or colder, just match the value for now. Okay, just match the value of that. Okay, so that's a dark midtone to, yeah, a dark midtone towards the an 8, 7, 8, 7.5. And so all I gotta do is mix a warm, that's a 7.5, kind of like some of these areas here. Okay, and then squint down when you place them. If they don't pop out and they just blend together, then you got it. Okay? All right, thank you.